Hello everybody! Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to find the end behavior for logarithmic functions, but I'm going to take a more visual approach. Alright, let's look at the first example. F of x equals log base 2 of x plus 3. So looking at this graph, first thing I want you to do is identify your x-intercept. As you can see, my x-intercept is right here at -2. That's going to kind of divide your line into a left side and a right side. Now, usually when we look at the graph on the left side, you would always hear me say in class, look at the x values, they're all negative numbers. But our graph does not extend that far. As you notice, there's nothing past the number -3. So we're only looking at the left side of the graph that stops at -3. Kind of look at that vertical asymptote, that green dotted line, as like a wall. So because of that, my x approaches -3 because nothing goes past it on the left side. Then looking at the arrow on this left side of that x-intercept, the arrow is pointing down. So since it's pointing down, my f of x will approach -infinity. Now let's look at the right side of the graph. If you notice on the right side of the graph, when it comes to the x values, there's nothing stopping it. There's no vertical asymptote or anything. So therefore, it keeps going and going and going to positive infinity. So my x approaches positive infinity. And if you look at the arrow on the right side, it's pointing up. So that f of x is going to be approaching positive infinity. Let's do one more example. Now let's look at log base 2 of x minus 2. Just like I said before, identify your x-intercept. In this example, my x-intercept is at 3. So looking at the left side, as you can see, it goes and then stops right there at the number 2, because that's where my vertical asymptote is. So my x is going to be approaching positive 2. And as you can see, my arrow on this side is pointing down. So my f of x is approaching -infinity. Now looking at the right side of my x-intercept, you will notice there's nothing stopping my x values, so my x values will continuously approach positive infinity. And the arrow is pointing up, so f of x approaches a positive infinity. And that's it!